Today, a full order, 28 pieces in the 2-ounce beef tenderloin medallions. It's M58212, 4 easy payments of under $20 a month. And before I go through a whole breakdown of prices, look at how much you're getting. And the reason we put 2 to a plate is because if you do 2 of them and they're 2 ounces each, that is your 4-ounce serving of protein right there on your plate. So if you do 4 ounces as a general rule, you will get 14 different meals out of this, or potentially more, depending on whether that 2-ouncer is sharing the plate with something else. We have Ralph Pallarino here. He is a former restaurant owner, a professional chef, and has been working with this brand for some time. Sir, it is nice to see you.
How are you? Yeah,
I'm
very
great.
excited to be here, yeah.
What I love about these is they're 2 ounces, and I like that because I like portion control. If I'm doing this with eggs, I might only want 1 2-ouncer, and I can just cook up 1 if I want to.
Yep.
But these are not the tips. These are medallions, so they're more uniform in size.
Right, so these are filet, but just a little bit smaller. So you have those big fillets right in the center cut, and then right next to it are these little, these small tenderloins. So it's still the same beautiful tenderloin that you get.
Of the filet mignon that we're talking about.
But it's just a little bit smaller, and like you said, I like it because it's versatile, which we'll talk about.
Yep.
And you can control your portion.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't want a big piece of tenderloin. They want these little pieces, whether it's 2 ounces, 4 ounces, or 6 ounces.
Not to mention, with my kids, 2 ounces is good. Instead of cooking up a whole steak and cutting it in half and waiting for all the juices to run out all over the place, they each get a 2-ouncer with their salad or their potatoes or whatever else on the side.
Yeah, and you make such a great point. How many times does a small child say, I want a steak?
Yeah.
And especially if you're in a restaurant, it's a lot of money. So at home, this is kind of like, small steps towards that big steak,
right?
And they don't have to waste it.
Can I ask a favor? Can you cut that in half?
Absolutely. Yep.
3 hours is a long
TV
show.
portions,
I need my
yep,
tiny TV bites.
There you go.
You did it in thirds. Thank you so much. So the beef is delicious.
Right.
I've been eating these since I started at QVC, but they've been here since 1995. What goes into the beef tasting so good?
Sure. So, we started Kansas City in 1932, Midwestern corn-fed beef. So what does that really mean? That means that these steaks have that marbleization. So when we talk about a steak, yes, it's a lean piece of meat, but it's got that marbling. What does that marbling mean? When you cook it, it goes right back into the meat.
It makes it a buttery,
That's
delicious
flavor.
steak.
That's the butter. That's the flavor. But again, it's so lean. I mean, look at how these come to you.
Yeah, they cook up so beautifully. And by the way, it comes with the prime rib and steak seasoning that you would get from the brand anyway, unless you have your own salt and pepper or your own, special blend at home that you would like to use. But as far as these being packaged, so they're little 2-ounce filet mignon steaks. How many in a package?
Right, so 4 to a package.
Okay.
So what we do is we flash freeze these, okay? After 28 days of wet aging, which makes it even more tender. If it could be any more tender, it's that much tender.
And a lot of the time, even the better steaks that you think you're getting at your local grocery store, they don't do the aging process. That's something that you really have to go to a restaurant-style company to achieve.
Right. And Kansas City steaks, 1932, been selling restaurant-quality steaks since then. So you can't get this kind of steak at your grocery store.
Right.
So the fact that you can order it and it shows up at your doorstep, you stick it in your freezer, and it really, by the way, thaws out in less than like an hour or two.
Please, not only thaws that way, but if you want to do the quick thaw method, which is, in the bowl of the cool water, just they start to release from the package. Because of their size, they'll cook up relatively quickly anyway. Yep. But when they start to release from the package, you're almost kind of good to go. And here's the thing. Easter is going to be not this Sunday, but next Sunday. This is our final gourmet holiday food show where we are guaranteeing anything for Easter. There was a show originally tomorrow, and it was taken off the schedule. Today is your day with your major credit card. Yeah. If we're doing this for brunch, and we're putting out appetizers and lots of tastings of little things, what you're doing right here would be a lovely addition to the brunch table, or to put out as almost like appetizers.
Yeah, so here's what I did. I just took, now this is the equivalent to 1 of those 2-ounce fillets. One
of them was sliced into these 4 pieces
Four pieces, and I took some goat cheese, or some gorgonzola, and a little bit of pistachio nut. Look at that.
Really?
Okay. And maybe like a balsamic glaze. And you just pass these around to your friends. And that's 1 fillet.
On a crostini.
A little bit of olive oil, maybe.
Super fancy. This really is the way to go. And it's M58212. I know it's already popular. It is new today. Do we have fewer than 600? Oh my gosh, that's it. Many times when we do these offers with filet mignon, they are very, very popular. So let me just remind you, I didn't do this earlier. While you're cutting that up, I want to remind you, you're getting a total of 28 steaks. They're 2 ounces each. So if you bundle 2 pieces together, this would be your 4-ounce protein serving. 14 individual 4-ounce servings is only $5.71 for 4 ounces of filet mignon. If you go to that steakhouse and you're getting 4 ounces of filet mignon, if it's in one big piece, you're going to be spending a lot more money than that. Not to mention, if you just want that 2-ounce size and you're going to share the plate, steak and eggs or something else, it's $2.85 a steak for filet mignon, all relatively uniform in size. So if you are doing things where they need to be similar for their cook time, you don't want something to be a lot faster than the next one, this is the perfect assortment to bring home.
Yeah, I mean, just look at that. First of all, look how lean that is, but look how juicy that is.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
right,
just...
because there's not a bunch of fat on the outside, but the marbling melts on the inside.
No, and you know, what's great about fillets, yes, it's already lean, but what Kansas City Steaks does is it arrives at your house already trimmed.
Right.
The butcher work is taken care of for you. So all you do is, like I did right here, just throw them on the grill or in a grill pan or whatever you have.
And that was just a few minutes ago when we started chatting.
Yeah, that was about 5 minutes. So you figure about 4 or 5 minutes on each side for medium rare, and you're ready to go. That easy.
Just to let you know, too, I know that the quantities on these are dwindling. It's popular. It's brand new today. If you would like to lock it into auto delivery, because I don't know when this assortment is going to be back on the air again. If you want to lock it into auto delivery, it could be 4 months until we do this on air again. But every 90 days for 1 full year, you can lock in your $79.92 price. You can lock in your 4 Easy Pays. And don't forget, everything in the show is on Easy Pay today. And with food, your shipping is free. So you don't even have to worry about the shipping cost on this. And 58212. Think about how this might be great, not just for the Easter holiday that you'll receive it on time for, but how long will these stay good in the freezer for other things?
6 months, easily 6 months.
Yeah, so you could be cooking these up again for Mother's Day, or I say, because the price is so good, make any day a special day by cooking filet mignon, because you didn't pay those restaurant prices.
Yeah, and you know what? This is my alternative to chicken any day of the week. If it's Tuesday night and we usually do like chicken over salad, throw some of these on the grill or in your pan and put those over the salad. Like you said, just because it's Monday, it doesn't have to be chicken. It could be like filet, right?
Monday doesn't have to be a boring day.
No, it does not.
You can make filet mignon on Monday if you decide to, and you can do it at the last minute because, again, in the package, there's 4 to a package, and they thaw out really quickly.
Super
and you can
quick.
even do that thaw method in the bowl of cool water until they separate from the package and be off to the races. So once again, I know this is popular. I know that we have a very specific amount to go around. And when that's it, I don't know, and we're going to have them on the air again. And already, I think I forgot to mention that Bantam Bagels from earlier is last call. This is our last chance show for Easter. And when we have these last chance 3-hour shows, a lot of things start selling out during the course of the program. So I don't want you to miss out on this. So we started with 900. 300 remaining. Wow. That's 2/3 of our original quantity already gone. We are only in the first hour of our program. Every time I mention this, more are going to be zipping out the door. So if you'd like to have fantastic quality steak hanging out in the freezer for whatever reason you want it for, this is it.
Yeah, let's go around the table real quick.
Yeah, let's take a look at that in the last 30 seconds.
Okay, so I have a little bit of like a shish kebab thing going out, some potatoes.
Because of the size, it's perfect.
Absolutely, and you say shish kebabs and filet, people are like, seriously? I mean, that's pretty crazy. This is over a little couscous right here. Your family style, kind of a little bit of salad.
Yeah.
So again, I know, we try to stay carb free these days.
Yeah.
So we don't have to have boring salads. We can have fun with our salads. So a little filet on top of some salad, a little mango dressing.
Love it.
And your favorite steak and eggs, which I know you love.
Oh, you know what? As a matter of fact, if you have people who love carbs, get the Bantam Bagels from earlier in the show. If you have people who don't want the carbs, put the steaks out as well and put the eggs there, and then everybody can enjoy it for Easter brunch. So we have fewer now than 200 remaining, and we have a long time to go in our 3-hour show, so this could disappear. And 58212, brand new today, and those 4 Easy Pays, if you want them, go away at the end of the day, so lock them in. Thank you so much, Ralph. It was nice to see you.
Bye-bye.
All right, here's a little scoop about stuff in the show. 2 one-day only values in our 3-hour program, and this is one of them. The Mrs. Prindable